Alright, I'm Zonai-ifying myself. Why? Well, I need a different persona for the gaming channel. Why Zonai? Well, I think that they're really cool, and they deserve more attention, like, as a species. Even though we only have, like, the two, I very much do like the Zonai. And because it would be boring, if I just talked about the Zonai, I'm gonna talk about my personal love of Zelda. Now, back in, like, I think 2017, 2018, I got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. It came with Mario Kart, but we also got Minecraft and Minecraft Story Mode, which I still have my hands on. And I played those 3 games up until Thanksgiving. Now Thanksgiving of that year, well, I guess it would have been the next year, because Christmas is at the end of the year. At Thanksgiving, I got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And according to my aunt, she asked the guy at the store what games for girls they had. And he said Breath of the Wild, and guy at store, I appreciate you, because you very well could have said the frickin' Animal Crossing, and knowing who I was as a child, I would not have enjoyed Animal Crossing. Okay. But I got Breath of the Wild, and I very much enjoyed it, like, as a game, because it had intrigue, it had mystery, it had very good graphics, like, well, not very good, but, like, good for a child who had only played Mario Kart and Minecraft Story Mode, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful game, and it had a combat system I didn't suck at. That was probably also a bonus, and I loved it. And looking at my behavior after I first played Zelda, I'm very surprised nobody wanted to get me evaluated for autism, because it was my special interest hyperfixation. Like, I hyperfixated on Zelda for, like, a solid year and a half, and then even after, like, the hyperfixation, even after that, like, wore off, I was still incredibly interested in it. I remember the day when Tears of the Kingdom, like, got announced. I remember playing Hyrule Warriors. I remember my mom got me a book with all the Zelda lore for Christmas, and I got my hands on the Minish Cap mangas, and I loved it. And I loved Zelda, and I still love Zelda. I'm much more casual about it, though, because I don't want to seem like I'm gonna turn into the Nintendo version of a Disney adult if I'm not incredibly careful with what I do in the future. And I really don't want to do that, because if I talk about it too much on my YouTube channel, I might get copyrighted claimed by Nintendo. Like, Nintendo's an evil company. Nintendo is Disney to me. But I love you, Nintendo, okay? I love Nintendo so much, but I loved it. And I especially really, really like Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, here's the thing. I like the story of Zelda Breath of the Wild more, but I like Tears of the Kingdom's, like, mechanic. Tears of the Kingdom is more fun, but Breath of the Wild, I like the story more, which I feel like is probably a very common opinion, if I had to guess, because Tears of the Fuse is my baby. The fuse mechanic is so cool, but I love Zelda, okay? I fell in love with Zelda. I'm still very much in love with Zelda. You know who also is in love with Zelda? Link, okay? And I still like Zelda today, okay? And yeah, but I also very much like fucking around with the lore, because I'm a nerd and I like to treat things as if they were real. So, in this art, okay, we have 2 Zonai that we know of that exist, and I believe there is armor that looks like a Zonai long past. So technically we have three Zonai. That's how many we have. So it's very hard to tell what they look like. And like, I didn't want to accidentally misgender myself. So I don't know whether or not the two Zonai look like that because of natural variation, or if they look like that because of sexual dimorphism. Like, is the pale fur on Minoru like that because she's a girl? Or is it because she never goes outside? Or is it just because there's some variation in the Zonai? Are the really pointed ears natural? And, well, I guess Raru could just have his, like, ears flattened by... Well, his ears are also a lot rounder, too. Like, it's very hard, but I think I struck a nice balance, okay? But, like, I like looking... Zelda is so fun, okay? I love Zelda. I love Zelda so much. I also love how they can't keep their timeline straight. We got a timeline back in Skyward Sword, and then, like, 2 games later, oops, more time travel. Actually, like, a game and a half later, if we're counting Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity as half a game. I've actually played the original Hyrule Warriors, and I think that it's much funner. But, you know, we're not gonna touch on that. But, anyways, I have not played Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment because I'm not freaking rich and I don't have a Switch 2. But one of these days, I will get a Switch 2. I will get a Switch 2 eventually. Okay. But yeah, anyways, if you want to see me play video games, check out the gaming channel. As of right now, there's no stuff up, but I do have a lot of things that are on private. I just want to get a store before I start uploading, because I'm like that for some reason. But I know we will be playing Abandoned, and we will be playing Stray, and if I figure out how to transfer my file onto the computer, we will probably be playing Zelda, and eventually we will be playing Minecraft. Okay. Just so you know. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for letting me out. Thank you for taking the time. Okay, I know this was like kind of a weird video, but thanks for watching anyways. I'll see you guys on Friday, and bye.